Hi guys, we miss you. So this activity is an S&S Worldwide kit. It is a spring bird's nest. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see some of the distinctions. There's some leaves here. So if you look outside, there's a lot of trees blooming and some flowers as well. So this is our next activity. Hope you guys have fun. Welcome guys, we're going to be working on our spring bird's nest activity. So this one's a little easier. We just need a cup of water, our paintbrush, um, paper towels. I'll suggest having two, one to brush off the excess water and color onto your paper towel, and then just to have another one off to the side for just in case. So there's going to be 3 sheets involved. The first one is striped, and that is going to be our background. The second one will be our birds with the nest and some leaves and some pretty flowers. These are pop-outs. And then the last sheet is cardboard, and if you can see, there are some lines here. We have our tree. So I'm going to pop these out so you can see. So these are going to be the extra that we put off to the side and we throw out later. Let's start with the smaller pieces first. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask somebody in your house, because sometimes it could be a little difficult to push out the small pieces and you don't want to rip up your cardboard. Also, another thing that you're going to need, I forgot to mention earlier, is that we're going to need a glue stick. You could use regular glue or glue stick, either one is fine. So let's continue popping these out. Okay, so that is going to be our outline that we're going to add on top of the striped piece of paper. So I'm going to put this to the side so I can move my garbage over. So now that we have this part done, we're going to move on to our bird, our nest, and our leaves and flowers. Again, don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, we're going to put the extra piece off to the side. If you want, you could even keep these and use it as an outline for anything else you might want to draw. So here are our pieces. I want to start off with painting these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our cardboard and our striped piece off to the side, and I will bring over our piece of napkin. And I'm going to just lay out each item that we're going to use with our water and our brush a little separately so that they don't mix and the colors don't bleed into the next. Just like that. So you could be very generous with your paintbrush and your water, but just be mindful of the different colors that you're going to encounter. So as we can see here, the bird has a yellow chest, but it also has some red above the head and some green and red amongst the feathers. So you don't, if you want to make sure that the colors pop out and be distinct, be mindful of the water spreading and always clean your paintbrush, just like how I'm about to show you. So I'm going to start with the yellow. And now we're going to move on to the red that's under the yellow. And all those dots disappeared, and then we have a beautiful transition in color. If you can see, our yellow and red now made orange. We could go back in and blend it more if you would like. Always clean off your brush and then go back in to the water. Now I'm going to go on to the feathers, to their wings. Keep moving on to each part. So when you're using your paintbrush with the water, there might be some puddles that start to collect on each part of the feather. So that's why it's very important to just keep the bird very flat and try not to pick it up. Because as we continue to work and move on to the other portions, it will dry on its own. Move on to the head. Look at how bright that is. Very pretty red. And all those dots are dissolving. We want to avoid the eye because we definitely want our bird to have an eye and for it to stick out. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just have fun. You see how the red is coming off? Want to be mindful of that. That's why we have to always make sure to clean our paintbrushes and dab it off. If you see, you might have forgot some dots like I did over here. I don't know if you can see. Let me bring it up closer to you. You could leave it, or you can go back in with your paintbrush and dissolve those colors. Next, we're going to move on to our little birds. Look at the babies. There's 1, 2, 3. So the birds are yellow. And the nest is going to be different colors. So we're going to be mindful of the colors here. Unless you want to blend them all. It's up to you. I'm just adding more water here. I'm going to spread the water that's already on here as well. Now we have a little brown nest. Those same color dots are around the birds on the inside, so I'm going to go in there and do that as well and dissolve those color dots. What do you think of this so far? I think it's coming out pretty nice. We're going to work on the beak. You know, we have a lot of pieces to paint here, so I think this is a nice activity. You get to be patient, you get to breathe, you know, you're relaxing. So if you need a moment to unwind, this is a perfect activity for you. Next, we're going to move on to our leaves. So we could be a little bit more liberal with the leaves because, you know, we want it to all be generally one color. So you don't have to worry too much about cleaning your paintbrush if you're just going to paint all your leaves at once. Get that nice color. There's some blues and greens coming in. I don't know if you can see it there, but you'll see it in person. You could always go back in and touch up the other leaves that you have. Okay, so now all our leaves are done and we're going to move on to our flowers. So a little flower down here doesn't have a leaf attached to it like this one does. So I'm just going to paint it like I did the green. I'm just going to give it all water and let the color spread. Don't forget to clean off your brushes, guys. Coming out like a cute orange, red, yellow color. I think this is also another fun activity because it teaches you how colors blend and how you can create new colors when you add some fun colors together. So on the leaves we had some yellow and some blues, which gave us a beautiful green. And we got our orange with red and yellow. So it's also a learning activity. So we're going to paint the leaf here. I'm going to go back in and do our flower. See how the middle is going to be a few transitions of color. We have red on the outside, yellow on the inside, and then we have some red on the inside of that yellow. Very colorful. So now that these are all painted, they're very wet, so we're going to put this off to the side and we're going to go in and paint our striped paper. So you should put these by a window, just let them sit, let the sun catch it, and it's going to dry up all the little pools of water. Don't forget to clean your paintbrush, guys. Okay, guys, so now we're going to work on the background. So this one we could be definitely liberal, just have fun. It doesn't even matter where you start. You could start in the middle, you could start off to the side, you could do every corner and meet it in the middle. It's really up to you. So I'm going to try different ways and see how it looks, and then you can pick whichever way you want. Remember, this is your artwork, and everything you do is going to be beautiful no matter what, because you put your heart into it. So let's start with the middle and see what happens. Get that nice blue. This one you're going to need a lot of water, so you're going to constantly go back and see your cup, guys. But we have time. We're going to enjoy this moment here. It's very bright. So when you get this paper, you're going to see that there's some red lines in between the blue and some yellow lines in between the blue. So we're going to see what colors those make. What do you think is going to happen with the red and the blue? Only one way to find out. Well, I guess it stays pretty blue, but there's some purples in there. The red and the blue kind of makes it make some darker colors. Right now I have a big pool of water off to the side, so I'm going to always lift it up to spread the water. Trying to get as much water on her because we have a lot of surface to cover. I'm not going to the yellow. I'm getting some green. When I go back in and touch it up is up to you. It's gonna look beautiful anyway once you put the cutouts on top of it because this is our background. So I think we're good there. So this also needs to sit and dry, okay guys? So just give it a few more minutes and go enjoy a little snack, hang out with your housemates, you know, check the news if you like. So in a few more minutes, we're going to put everything together. Okay, guys, so now we're going to move on to our final steps in this project. So now we have our painted cutouts, we have our cardboard cutout, and then we also have our beautiful background. So I don't know if you can clearly see on the video, but we have a little bit of a green, blue color down here and a darker blue up at the top. So you could flip it, you can have it either way, you know, with the green at the top for the trees or at the bottom. It's really up to you. It doesn't matter. It's gonna look beautiful anyway. So I'm gonna put my green at the top for the trees. What do you think? I think that looks really good. So, and in order for our cardboard to stick to our background, we have to be very generous with our glue. Like I said, you could use a glue stick or you could use regular glue. So I'm gonna pick this side because it's a bit of a curve and it'll make it easier to stick to our background. So I'm just gonna put this over to the side and work on the cardboard with adding glue to every part available because we really want this to stick. Okay, guys? Oh no. Okay, good. So just be very generous with your glue stick. You might want to work a little fast because sometimes these glue sticks dry quickly. So I think it's really good to be liberal because when there's like multiple layers of it, it doesn't dry as quickly. Like if you see how it's a little gummy, that's not going to dry quickly. It's going to take a little longer because we do have a lot of surface to cover. Okay, so I think we're good on the glue. Let's go ahead, flip it over, and place it onto our background. And just apply pressure, and remember to be patient with glue. It takes a little bit for the glue to really stick to the paper. And you could use your palms, a little bit of your arms if you want to add pressure. Just overall patience. Okay, guys? Okay, I think we're pretty good here. So now we could start playing around with the placement of our nest, our leaves, flowers, and our bird. So let's see what works out for us. I'm gonna try the nest over here. You can have it completely sticking out, or if you want, you could like tuck some corners in, like that. It's up to you. Just you know, figure out what works well and how you like it to your eye. We're gonna put the bird nearby. Be at an angle. It's, you know, feeding its little babies. Like they're all ready to eat. Hopefully she has a worm somewhere. See if some flowers throw out randomly. Put half on, half off. It doesn't have to be always on the cardboard. So I'm pretty happy with the placement. So now we're just gonna go back in with our glue and glue everything down. Okay, guys? Sometimes even tucking it in will help keep the placement of whatever items you have on here. So I'm going to stick with the outer edges first. So I'm going to work on the leaves. Remember, always press down, apply pressure, and just be patient with the glue. I bet you're excited to see all your trees covered in leaves. Here at Adventure Center, some of our trees are coming in green, and hopefully soon all the trees are going to be covered with leaves, and we're going to have little birds flying around. Just take a good look outside and see how nature is changing since the seasons are changing. No, we have a lot going on right now, but looking at the beauty of our surroundings can help relieve some of those thoughts that we may have. And we live in a really beautiful county where we have a lot of beautiful different types of trees and different animals roaming around. So enjoy your scenery, okay, guys? At least look out the window sometimes. I see I took that one in. You don't have to tuck them in, but have fun. I'll put this one down since it's a bigger piece. Always generous with your glue. And patient. Okay, last we're just going to glue on the nest, and that is going to complete our spring bird's nest craft. It's a lengthy one to say. Well, then here we go. Our activity is now complete. All the pieces are glued down, painted, and ready to be displayed.